During a recent New York trip, Peter and I sat down with Bill and Scott, the co-founders of Marathon, to discuss its history and to celebrate its upcoming anniversary.
Well, we started Marathon sort of a couple of reasons. One, when Bill and I were in this .com, we hired a bunch of consultants to do things for us, and we learned that the consultants, at the end of the day, were not helpful. They didn't provide the services really we were looking for. We'd pay them a lot of money and they really wouldn't do a very good job, and there was really no recourse. So I think the idea was always sort of out in our minds that there was more to be, that there was potentially a business there.
It became very baffling to us why a small company with the same resources and the same amount of money as a large company didn't get treated the same way. We're going to make sure that we treat small businesses with the same way that we would treat a large business.
After sort of being in Santa Barbara and trying to figure out what to do after being unemployed, I just decided, yeah, let's do this. And so I called Bill and said, hey Bill, I knew he was unemployed at the time, and I said, let's start a thing. I trusted him. We knew exactly how how each other worked, and I knew it would be, I was pretty confident it would be a good partnership. And when we started, it was a company called Chaotic Eye. It wasn't Marathon Consulting. And we showed up on January 7th, 2002. The expectation was that Bill was going to search for jobs 3 or 4 hours a day. It
was nothing. It was very little to live on. And I said, I need to keep looking for a job, and I'm getting married. So I continued to send resumes out over the first 2 months.
I said, that's fine. One of my things is I travel a lot. I go on family vacations. I go, I'm out of the office a lot. If I went out of town, it wasn't a big deal, right? Bill was there. When we sort of decided it was a real business was around August.
And I think when it really clicked was our third client. It was Scott and I, and they're having a conversation. And when they said, okay, we'll hire you, yeah, you're in, really kind of clicked, like, oh, there's something legit here.
And we knew that there was enough business to start calling it Marathon, to come up with a name and incorporate. I like people. I like dealing with people. I like fixing problems as they come about, and service industries are all about fixing problems, and ours is no different, right? We're not only are we contracted to fix problems, we're actually fixing our own problems inside of that process, right? And it's kind of fascinating. So
that relationship, that customer service about do what is right by the customer, provide the best possible service you can, both Scott and I have learned over the last decade, is an awful lot about business and what's involved in business and what it takes. And we always joke like, oh yeah, I got my 10-year MBA.
I have the utmost respect for him, and I think vice versa.
I think that implicit trust has been the foundation. We've been in it 13 years, and we've learned a lot, and we are respected in our circles, both by the vendors that we utilize as well as our peers. That relationship, that customer service about do what is right by the customer, provide the best possible service you can, those things have always existed from the day we started, and we've always tried to do business that way. And I think that's really important, and it's always, to me, that's still the core values. The core values that are on the site, I think, are what really comes from Scott and I. So that hasn't changed. What has changed is that Scott and I have been incredibly lucky to find and surround our people, ourselves with people that are capable, are intelligent, understand what those values mean, and how to do their job, how to go through their day, fulfilling those values, providing good service, and hopefully feeling some sort of personal fulfillment on a professional level, at least, that they're doing a good job.
During the last 13 years, Marathon has grown into a true family, and we can't wait to see what the coming years will bring.